first story is The Difficulties of Life. In the old times, a daughter came to her father and complained about life. She said that her life was miserable and that she didn't know how she was going to deal with it. She was tired of all the fighting and struggling. It seemed just as one problem was solved, another one soon appeared. Her father was a chef. He took her to the kitchen. He filled 3 pots with water and placed each on a high fire. Once the 3 pots began to boil, he placed potatoes in one pot, eggs in the second pot, and ground coffee beans in the third pot. He then let them boil without saying a word to his daughter. The daughter moaned constantly and impatiently waited for her father to speak. But she was not aware of her father's intention or what he was doing. After 20 minutes, he turned off the burners. He took the potatoes out of the pots and placed them in a bowl. He put the eggs in another bowl and then ladled the coffee out and placed it in a cup. He put the 3 on the table. Turning to her, he asked, "Daughter, what do you see?" "Potatoes, eggs, and coffee," she replied. "Look closer," he said, and touched the potatoes. She did and noted that they were soft. He then asked her to take an egg and break it. After taking an egg and pulling off the shell, she observed the eggs are hard-boiled. Finally, he asked her to sip the coffee. She sipped it, and its rich aroma brought a smile on her lips and asked, "Father, what does this mean?" He explained that the potatoes, the eggs, and coffee beans had its own nature. But when each were put in the boiling water, they reacted differently from one another. The potato, which was hard and strong, became soft and weak. The egg, which was fragile, with the thin outer shell protecting its liquid interior, as soon as it was put in the boiling water, the inside of egg started becoming hard. However, the ground coffee beans were different. After they were exposed to the boiling water, they changed the water and created something new. "Which one are you while facing the difficulties of life?" he asked his daughter. "A potato, an egg, or a coffee bean?" Marriage Counsel Story 2. So, the counselor began. "You think your marriage is over," she sighed. "He's just not the man I married. He used to be so romantic, always bringing me flowers, opening a car door, giving me the most wonderful messages." She shook off the memory. "Now he spends all his time with his friends, drinking beer, talking football. When he is home, he sits in front of the TV and expects to be waited on hand some sort of fixture. I just stones and food. It's like I understand what happened. She finished, burying her head in her hands. After a brief silence, the counselor asked, "Have you told your husband how you feel?" "What's the point?" she responded without looking up. "People can't change the way they are."